In the mountains, Thomas's driver and fireman had scrambled into Butch's cab. Now, Butch had started his engine and was saving the Christmas tree. And finally, pulling Thomas back onto the rails. Oh, thank you, Butch. We must head straight back to the point and follow the other line. The Fat Controller pulled into the fitter's yard. Caroline was having her brakes fixed when she saw the Fat Controller skate towards her. Oh no, what does he want this time now? I haven't time for being overworked. I'm just a car after all.
Huh, a pile of scrap more like. You couldn't last a mile without overheating. I'm surprised they've even bothered to fix you.
Caroline whimpered crossly.
Now, Caroline, I need you to take some soap to the village in the mountains. The roads need gritting for the party this evening. I will be arriving early, so please make sure it is done before sunset.
But sir, I'm still being fixed. Why can't you take it now?
I'm having lunch, the Fat Controller said sternly.
Caroline whimpered angrily. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll just take any job I get. The one time I'm taken to be fixed, a job comes my way.
Don't hurt yourself, Caroline, George muttered triumphantly
as she started her engine. Thomas had been puffing for a long time. Suddenly he stopped in amazement. An old twisted track was crossing a frozen pond beneath him. The rails were now loosely hanging from the gorge. If I can cross this bridge, I'll be halfway towards Summit Station. I'll soon have this tree delivered, he thought to himself. Thomas bravely leapt onto the bridge. The rails quivered as he rolled forwards. Rocks began to give way from the hillside, and snow brushed down onto the ice below. The middle support started to shake. Bricks fell from the support and smashed the ice below. Suddenly the rails snapped and rocks fell from the cliff into the pond. The flatbed's weight pulled Thomas back to the broken rail. Thomas fought for control, but it was too late.
It's gone,
cried Butch. The Christmas tree was lost beneath the frozen ice. The village's tree has fallen from the flatbed. We can't retrieve it. Now I've let all the children down. The villagers won't have a tree for Christmas Day, and I'm responsible. Thomas continued along the mountainside without the Christmas tree. Meanwhile, the Fat Controller and his wife were driving down the road. Now this, Topham, is the life. Out for lunch on Christmas Eve in the snow. How perfectly romantic.
Thank you, my dear.
What are they doing? Then, as they raced past, they sprayed snow all over Henry. Oh, how lovely. You've taken me to... Topham! Caroline was not happy at all. Her wheels found it hard to grip. Absolutely outrageous. Just to lay some rock on the road. I'm so hot I can't even feel the snow anymore. She was glad of the rest as her driver lay the grit. Suddenly the Fat Controller raced by, blowing snow all over Caroline. Just then Toby chugged into view. Hooray! The shed on wheels has come to save the poor car. I can go now. But Caroline was wrong. Toby passed by, taking the Fat Controller's grandchildren to the village at the summit. Her driver pounded her onwards, restarting the engine whenever it failed, whilst Percy passed by with fireworks for the party. Thomas was making his way through the empty mountains when suddenly his driver applied the brakes. A tree had fallen onto the line ahead. "That's perfect," Thomas cried. "No, it's not. This is yet another disaster." "No, no," Thomas interrupted. "This is perfect for the villager's tree. Birch must shift it from the line to the flatbed." "What a good idea!" exclaimed Thomas's driver. So Butch waded his way through the snow and used his hook to drag the tree.
"We're gonna save their Christmas now,"
he jeered as he revved his engine. Butch had to be careful. There was not much room to move. But finally he made it. "Well done, Butch. We're almost there." And so the brave friends fought their way through the snow and towards the summit station. Meanwhile, Duck and Stepney were trying to set up the replacement Christmas tree. "What sort of pompous Christmas tree is this? It isn't even green. It's all bare." "Who exactly thought of this idea?" "Topham, this is not working. How do we expect the villagers to have a party if there isn't even a tree?"
"Don't worry, my dear. Both Duck and Stepney are fixing that."
"Was that the best you could do, Topham?" The Fat Controller's grandchildren were worried. "If there is no Christmas tree, it will ruin the day." "Now you must not worry about the tree. What Christmas is about is Christmas pudding." "No, it's not. It's about sharing the time and the happiness with those you love."
And the Christmas puddings. To let him fetch such an important train and then allow him to tail off and down another line it's disgraceful."
"Disgusting," said James. "Despicable," finished Henry. "I just hope Thomas is all right. It's been a frightfully long time now. I'm sure any engine's whistle will be heard from here." "Then why hasn't he whistled?" Just then they heard his whistle. Hooray! But the sound of Thomas's whistle had disrupted the Fat Controller's snowball. It fell from the cliffs and onto Thomas's line below. Just then they heard another sound. It was Caroline rattling in. "I don't feel too good," she wailed. Suddenly her exhaust pipe popped and sparks flew from her engine. They set alight to a firework. "Stand back!" the foreman shouted. As Thomas made his way along the last stretch of track, he could smell the smoke and saw the flames at the summit. The tree was just above his line. "Charge!" he cried as he plunged into the snowball.
"Keep puffing, Thomas. This rope won't hold."
"We need water, quickly!" Stepney cried, but it was too late. "Oh, my buffers!"
"Keep pushing, Thomas.